Randy Travis in the studio, and we're talking about how that Randy is one of the best storytellers. And, you know, if you ever go to a Randy show, it's like song, story, song, story, song, story, song.
That's what makes it good, because you're such a good storyteller, and it's not just being able to tell a good story; it's having good stories to tell.
Well, I've lived an interesting life. I mean, 20+ years of touring, and then before that, you know. It's not the best way to grow up. I don't advise it, but I started working in the clubs by the time I was 14, and by 16 I was full-time singing in nightclubs. So, there's a lot of stories that go along through the years.
Like, if we were going to do something here in the studio, and Randy, if you were going to perform a song for us, pick a song and tell us a story leading into it, because we all know your songs like the back of our hands. I mean, like if I Didn't Have You, or On the Other Hand, or something like that.
Well, all right. I used to tell this story some on stage, and it was going into "He Walked on Water," because when I first heard that song, Martha Sharp and I were sitting in a publishing company, and I mean, by the first verse, before the first verse ended, I knew that I wanted it. Said, "Oh yeah, we'll take a copy," because I was just thinking about my grandfather, my grandmother on my dad's side of the family, and this really happened. I was like 8 years old. He was sitting under a mulberry tree in his yard, and I stayed with him constantly. And sometimes he'd just get mad and tell me, "Just go to your house. Get away from me." So he's sitting there in his chair, his hat's on the ground, and I'm riding around him on a bicycle. And he tells me, he said, "Don't run over that hat." And I keep circling around. And I ran over his hat, and then I told people the hand speed surprised me. It's like he had me so quick that he held me up. He's a big, strong man. He held me up, and the bike stayed upright and just kept going. And he gave me a good. He believed in that, giving a child a whipping if he did something wrong. So he did. And when he let go, I was boy. You talk about a brat. And I ran far enough away from him that I figured, he can't catch me. So I'm in his driveway, and I threw some rocks at him. Wow. And true story, I did. Wow. I threw some rocks at him. Now, he had a bad temper. But at 70 years old, he grabs a handful of rocks and starts throwing rocks back at me. So you have an 8-year-old, 10-year-old kid, and a 70-year-old man. They're throwing rocks at each other in the driveway. I said, it's a picture of love. So, I used to set up "He Walked on Water" with that story.
And what a great song to go into, too. I mean, it's one of the most fantastic songs. I think all of us can relate to that one as well.
I think so, too. I've had so many people comment about Alan Shamblin, the writer, of course, and so many people tell me, and not necessarily grandfather. He wrote it about his great-grandfather, and people tell me it reminded them of their father, their mother, made them think about their grandmother. It just, it's one of those easily relatable.
If you're going to go out to randytravis.com and download "Faith in You," the new song from the new album, take some time and kind of replenish your back catalog of Randy Travis songs, too, because there is so much good Randy Travis music.
Thank you.
Again, it's randytravis.com, randytravis.com. It's so good to see you, Randy. Thanks for coming in.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Unfortunately, you look way better than we do, which is irritating.
You're in better shape. I think that's
in better shape, looks better. And
How often do you work out?
6 days a week.
We do 6 days a year if we're lucky. It's usually all like right in the middle of January.
Does that surprise you, Randy, that we don't work out much?
Well,
it's good to have you again, Randy. Thanks for coming in. Randy Travis, everyone. Randy Travis.
Oh, gosh.
randytravis.com. Check him out online and download the single. And you can also check it out, BigDandBubba.com.